Do you like that, Joel? You like? What about that creamer, man? Is that creamer all right?
It is what it is. Like I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna complain about anything. I'm gonna adapt. The coffee's great.
Oh my God! Welcome to Can You Laugh About It Now?
Amazing. There it is.
Oh my God! Thank you. Hello, I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Todd Gursslin, and of course, with me is my co-host Gator.
Hello.
Hello, Gator, and RJ Purpura.
that British accent was interesting.
It was. What was up with that? We were just chilling. Gator.
I know, you really just went there for 30 seconds and came back.
She was like so happy for some reason that she turned British. Is that what happens when you get extra happy?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been happy before.
Queen's dead.
Oh, that's what it is.
I've never been happy.
Our guest.
The most comedian shit in the world.
Our guest. Before I introduce, I want to say that on my last podcast, when I had Joelle as a guest, it was one of the funnest podcasts that I did. So I'm very excited that Mr. Joel James is here. Everybody, welcome Joel James coming to Can You Laugh About It Now? I love it. This is great.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes. I'm glad you're here. The theme for today is wrong place, wrong time. We all kind of have been there. Mm-hmm. Can relate to that. But before we get into our stories about that, I want to ask you your experience about our last theme, which was bad dates or dating faux pas. Can you think about a possible bad date that you had that you could share a quick story about?
Yeah, I thought about this. I was thinking about it as you said it, a bad date. It's like something I wouldn't normally talk about or say. But I'll say this, right? This is so crazy for me to even say. Like, people who know me know I won't even talk like this. But I went on a date with this girl who I had a big crush on forever. Oh. And she found out about it somehow, like whatever. I think she was like going through a breakup or something. So she like hit me up, like, hey, you want to hang out? And I was like, yeah. I like stopped everything I was doing that day.
How long have you had a crush on? You had a crush on her for a while?
For a long time, like going out and stuff. We used to like see her at the club.
Oh no!
And we didn't really know each other. It was like hi. It was like hi bye. And we are both Pisces. And we kind of had the same energy. So we decided to go to a bar. We started out at one bar and it was really fun.
Sounds disastrous.
Yeah. And then we started to drink. And we were both the same type of energy. So we were having a good time. And we were just having a good time. Like, we were drinking and we were having a good time. And we were like, let's go to another bar. And then we went to another bar and we were drinking. And we were having a good time.
It's going awesome. It sounds like so far you have a twinkle in your eye right now. So far I could tell whatever was happening tonight it was pretty fun.
So we go to this club and then people see us together that are like her family, where we're like all over each other. They're like, y'all don't even know each. Like, they could tell we've never seen you guys together, but we were just really into each other.
Parents were at the club.
What exactly? So
wait, so I thought you meant like brother, sister.
No. It was her. It was hers. Now I'm just thinking about all my online people that probably will see this and like, where should I take? But anyways, I'm a grown ass man. I have to remember that all the time. But I'm like, whatever. People see me as, one thing. They put you in a box and then you go outside that box and then they write you a message of how disappointed they are. And then whatever. But anyway, we were in this bar anyways. So we ended up getting really drunk and whatever. So we went to the car where I parked the car. We got there early, so we were right in front of the place. And things got crazy inside of the car, right? So what I did, so I didn't know. Whatever.
Passion. This is passion.
Things are crazy.
Passion.
So I go back to the club on a Saturday night, and then somebody pulls me to the side, and they're like, "Yo, I'm so like disappointed in you." And they were like, "I'm so shocked," and I was like, "Why?" They were like, "Because what was going on inside the car was like on the camera.
You were being
and everybody that was like looking, everybody was." Everybody from the club came out and were like looking at you guys through the windows.
Oh, damn it, her family's in there. Like, what the fuck is going? Oh, God.
She made her dad proud that night.
That is so not like, it's so not a me thing at all. But God. I was so embarrassed about
alcohol and
About
young.
getting pussy in the club? What do you?
That's
that
not
feels
really
like a good thing.
That's not a me thing. Like I have a level of decorum in class that I keep myself at. You'll never. Like that's not a me story. That's my brother's story.
You take the club pussy home. You don't park in front of the club.
On the camera. But what I say, I say that we're both Pisces is that sometimes that energy of somebody who's your same zodiac sign, I don't know how far you guys get into that. There's like a different level of passion. There's like this. It's almost like you're making love to yourself.
Like a bang of
It's somebody who's has the same level of.
As a Leo, like I just jerking off is like banging somebody else's mother.
I don't know anything about that shit. So when is your when is your birthday? No, I know, but when is your,
March 3rd.
Oh shit! So I might be that too. So maybe we should bang.
I knew you were going there.
All right, listen. The theme for this week is wrong place, wrong time. Or as Dr. John says, I was in the wrong place at the right time.
Yes.
And although we did not discuss first who is going to go this week, I'm going to go ahead and say that, RJ, why don't you go ahead and go first for us, buddy?
You want me to jump
I do.
in?
I
huh?
want you to go first today.
All right. So this was, I don't think I told this story, but this was like back when the Star Wars movies were still coming out, like the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge of the Sith comes out. I go with my buddy. For his
Which
birthday.
one? That's the
Episode 3.
Oh, okay. That's the Yoda one.
They're all the Yoda ones.
Okay.
But okay.
Okay.
Episode 3, the one where Anakin kills all the kids. And so we go to see the movie. We go back to his house afterwards with like a group of people, like 10 dudes, all my age. We're watching old Star Wars movies. And, and I noticed that the captions are on. And I didn't understand like why I never watched movies with the captions on. And I very loudly said, who the hell... I shouldn't even censor myself. I said, who the fuck watches movies with the captions on? And then not even like 5 seconds go by.
Okay.
It must have been like 2 seconds. His dad walks out of like the library next to the living room we were sitting in and very clearly adjusts his hearing aids so that I can see it. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so even worse than that, I'm
you heard,
like
the whistle from...
Oh, dude, I wanted to die in that moment. So, like, even worse, there's like a second part to this because, like, so that happens, and then like maybe 10 years later, like the new Star Wars movies are coming out.
Oh my god!
And I still go see the movies with my old friends.
Like who the fuck's got a Braille fucking book in here?
I wish it was that simple. So basically, we go to the movie, we get out of the movie, and I run into a lady I dated. And I'm like trying to impress her. So I tell her this story. And I tell her that it's the funny, because listen, just wait.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to make her laugh. And I'm with the same kids I was with at childhood. So I'm trying to
hey,
tie
I
it in.
remember last time we saw Star Wars with these dudes.
No, she wasn't there. But I'm just saying
I get it. You're telling her what happened.
I'm tying it in because I thought it was funny.
Same
I'm like,
dudes, Star Wars again.
And I'm like playing it up like this is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Right?
Said,
like, because the timing was perfect at the time.
Who the fuck does this dumb
right.
shit?
And then he walks out.
And then right.
So after this conversation, we all go out to get drinks. Me and my two buddies. We go out to get drinks, and my buddy tells me that his dad, who adjusted the hearing aid, who I just said was the funniest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life, was dying of cancer now.
Oh my god!
So I just played. So it was a double. It was just a twofer of me just digging myself deeper and deeper and deeper with a lifelong friend. Like I've known this kid since I was 3 years old, dude. And I just felt like a huge piece of shit.
You knew him since you were 3 years old, but you didn't know his dad was deaf?
No. It didn't come up in conversation. We were playing
he
with
probably
action
was just
figures
hard of
in
hearing.
preschool.
You know what I mean? Just hard of hearing, not like deaf. But
yeah, he wasn't actually like deaf. Like we didn't have to sign it at his house.
Right. So there was nothing really to talk about because he was just hard of hearing. So did you do the eulogy at the funeral? Or
no, they didn't want me anywhere near that fucker.
He signed it.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was rough,
dude. That's wow,
that was
man.
Probably the worst timing I've ever had in my entire life.
Did dude make it?
No,
the guy who had cancer? No.
Oh, you never said. I didn't know if he.
Now you just added another awkward part to that story.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He didn't. Did you? Wow, dude.
Do people who have cancer usually make it, Todd?
Yeah,
they make
okay.
it. People survive cancer.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm glad for those
That's
people.
why you didn't
This guy
finish it
didn't.
out. So I didn't want to assume that he died.
Usually, dying of cancer means you're gonna die. Having cancer and dying of cancer is, or he's
Right.
It's two different things.
I thought I specified that he was dying of it, but if I didn't, I
Okay.
guess that's
You
just
did.
on me.
You did.
Okay. But can you? All right. Well, you know what, dude? That just makes you a piece of shit, bro.
I know, baby. I know.
No, that's it. Salute to fucking him. R.I.P. to fucking old man Duffy. Salute to the kid for putting up with you.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't know. What's his name? I don't know his name.
Old man
He's not
Jeffy
going to get mad at me, is he?
Was his actual name. So
it was?
I don't think they can legally sue you.
All right. Thank you for covering me on
Yeah.
that, RJ. I love you, dude.
You're welcome.
That's a good. Wow. That's horrible.
Yeah, I know. I lived it.
Are you still friends with this man?
Yeah, we
All
went
right,
to
good.
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh wow. Oh, good for you. I'm glad that you guys have found. You guys are real boys. Son.
Yeah, since preschool, dude.
Cool. Wow, that's good, man.
It's not
wrong,
good,
Wrong
but it
place, wrong time.
Yeah, absolute worst possible place.
Mr. Joel James,
Yes.
you ever been in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yeah. Currently, look.
Amen.
It's the coffee. It's the fucking coffee.
Amen.
Mental note:
joking.
never give a guest Keurig coffee again. Don't do
Joking.
it.
I'm joking. Yeah. So this is when I tell my story.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, I got shot, right? And
Whoa! All right, let's just lead right in with okay.
yeah, I got shot.
That's the wrong place, the wrong time.
I got shot in like 2016, 17. Was my
It was
my
not
dad was
by
alive.
Semi-recent.
My dad was alive. Yeah, it was 2016.
It
I got
wasn't by
shot.
the family of the girl that you were outside in the car.
No, not at all. But that's a good.
right,
But okay. So to tell the story, I was thinking about this story as when you guys asked me about it, about what I wanted to talk about, and I was thinking about the part that I never really tell about, because I talk about this in my stand-up act, but I never tell the part of I had a big show that night, right, and I bombed like crazy, and the reason why I bombed, and most of the reason why all my bombing stories was because I was too drunk, and that's just it was just so. I didn't know where to go. Like I did let me tell you guys, I did 2 jokes that killed. It was like my first, soon as I opened up, it was like 2 boom, boom, bam, but it was like the first 40 seconds.
So you felt like, oh, this feels good.
And then I got up there and I remember being so drunk sometimes I used to get like that. Like I forgot where I was at. I remember looking at these people, and it was like hundreds of people. It was at the German house, and it was packed from the downstairs to upstairs. And I remember looking at a room full of black people, right? And that is the most terrifying.
You just blinked and
Hundreds
was
of
like,
them.
where am I?
And they laughed like crazy, and then they were like, okay, what's next? And I was like, where the fuck am I? So I was like, I got even more drunk, and I wanted to go party, because that's what I do. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I'm a party person, I'm fun. I like to just be the life of the party, right?
That could be self-destructive.
Right. So I go to this party. I have La Carla drop me off to this party, and there's like, it's a house party. It's in the hood. There's 2 parties that go on. One's a good one, which is a nice one. People gamble in. They play nice little music.
All right.
It's whatever. And one is like a dangerous one. So the car was like, I'm not dropping you off to this one. I'm gonna drop you off to the good one.
The
and
nice
I was like,
one.
okay, cool, whatever. Da da da. So I go there.
The nice one with the gambling.
Exactly. I would go there, and I hate gambling, whatever. So I'm there, and I'm like, I'm bored. I'm fucking drunk. I want to have some fun. So I was like, I want to go to the fun party. Let's go down there. Everybody's like, we're not fucking going down there. And I was like, I'm going. And this girl Ebony, who I knew from middle school, she said, let's go. I'll go with you. And it was another girl too I didn't know. So we all go.
So you got all these.
So we go to the party, and it's fun. Like,
Oh, you're having a good time.
yes.
Okay, good.
Because fun parties
That's
are
good.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The funnest parties are like the most dangerous
There's drugs,
fucking ever.
there's
Drugs,
Yeah.
there's whatever.
Yep.
So
Titties. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say. I know you keep things kind of classy, dude. I'll take that back, dude. But titties were there probably. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of titties there.
Okay,
There's
cool,
a lot,
cool,
there's
cool,
a lot
cool,
of
cool,
everything
cool.
there. So it's just good. Music is fun. It's packed.
Nice.
And it's just a good fucking time. Good music. We're having fun. So I got to use the bathroom. I go use the bathroom, and when I'm in there, I hear the music stop. I remember 50 Cent was playing. You could catch me in the club,
Oh,
and I'm in
shit.
the mirror. I'm in the mirror, like washing my hands, singing to myself,
you were
doing
getting-
that.
you were
You could
feeling
catch
it.
me in the club, and I noticed that it cut off. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on out there? and I go, whatever. I go outside. Everybody's on the floor.
Oh no!
I walk outside the door. Everybody's on the floor, and I'm like, "What's going on?
What new move is this?"
And the girl who I came with, they're both on the floor, and I'm like, "Get out!" She's from down south, so I remember her saying, "Get on the floor, shawty, they shooting, shawty.
Oh, no.
Get on the floor.
Oh, no.
They shooting, shawty, get on the floor." And I was like, why would I get on the floor so they could just point down and shoot me?
Right. They could get everybody then.
So I see a fucking window right ahead, and I start going because I'm very good at surviving things. I don't panic. I kind of think of how am I going to get out this? Boom.
You look at the next step.
Exactly, in anything,
Dude,
right? In
some
any sort of
superhero
life.
shit, man.
So I see the window, and I instantly run towards the window. Boom. I jump out the window like I'm fucking Tom Cruise, and I run, and I see some other people who got out. They were running, and I jump in this dude's car, Jabari, who I see, and there's people out. I jump in the back seat, and they were like, "What's going on?" And the girl's like, there was a girl next to me. She was like, "What's wrong with your legs?" And I was like, "What?" And I looked down, and there was. No. I have gunshot wounds.
No!
I have gunshot wounds in my pants that I had just bought from Banana Republic for the show.
It.
Those fuckers.
That's all I could think about was these pants were so expensive. So I have gunshot wounds on my leg. It went through both legs. And then I'm looking like, and then they were like, "Oh, what was happening?" Everybody stops the car. There was like 2 people in the front. There was like people in the back. We were all stuffed in the car trying to get away from the scene. And then they look and they're like, "Right here too. Like you were shot right here too." So through my arm.
Oh no!
So I'm just like got these blood spots in my freaking Banana Republic outfit.
You had to go to that. You had to go to the
And I'm
good
so
party.
mad. I'm so
You
mad.
had to go to the more fun party.
I'm thinking like, why is like this outfit? And then I remember everybody in the car, Jabari, I would love for him to tell this story because I remember him thinking, he looked at me, he was like, "You are fucking crazy."
You were mad about the.
I was so mad about the outfit. I was just like,
You
can
almost
you
died.
just drop me off home, please? Just drop me off home.
I need to get this in the
And
wash
he was like,
now.
I'm taking.
You see Joel going back to Banana Republic the next
was
day,
like-
hanging with the cousin blood.
He was like, "I'm taking you to the hospital." I was like, "Don't fucking take me to the hospital. I'm fine. Like, just take me home." And he was like, "You're fucking crazy." Da, da, da. So we're arguing the whole time. He ends up taking me to the hospital. I go to the hospital, and I could not believe it that I got shot, right? It just was like shocking to me, right? So I'm in the hospital, and my way, and you guys were funny people, our way of handling things, especially tough situations, is just by making jokes.
Yes,
We
yes,
can't
yes.
help it. And even in bad situations, you're just like, and you're getting the good ones out when something's bad.
I feel the best that way.
So the nurse is
Survival.
dying laughing because it ended up being 5 other people at the party that were there in the emergency room that got shot. The nurse is laughing so hard at me because she's like, so the nurse manager comes in there and she was like, "There are people in here who are sick who've been shot," and you're laughing. And she was like, "I can't help it. Like, he's so funny." So she sends in another nurse, and I'm still going at the jokes. This other bitch would not laugh at nothing I said. Nothing. She refused to laugh, and I was like, "Bitch, I'm the one who shot, and you're not laughing at this and that."
That was worse than getting shot. It's not getting laughs.
So it ends up being, I'm so blessed. Thank you. I go on their x-ray. There's nothing. They went right in. I end up leaving the hospital the next day with band-aids on both of my legs and in my whatchamacallit. I would show you guys the whole, but I got to get damn naked, and I'm not doing it for free. Everybody tip me $40, you guys.
Like there's 4 of us. We could pool funds.
I mean, we good. We will Patreon.
So I do, yeah. So I did get shot or whatever. So this is not the end of the story yet. It was whatever. So I leave. A funny thing about it is, this is what I'll say, is that nobody knew I got shot. Like, I Olivia Poped the situation, right? I Olivia Poped it. Nobody really knew because it was an in and out situation. People heard about it, but they were like, "Did you get shot?" And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about? I'm at Wegmans." One person who did know was my dad, because my dad was in the. He had to go to the hospital, right? He was in the hospital at the same time. That for other health reasons. He's passed on now. Yeah. So before y'all make any jokes about my fucking dad, I'm
sorry.
No, but he was in the hospital, and I was was kind of walking funny. Of course, I just got shot in my legs, and he was like, "What's wrong with you?" He was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I fell earlier." And he was like, "You fell?" And he knew it. He could
You
feel
can't
it.
tell Dad.
He knew it. That's what I
fell
miss
onto
about.
a bullet?
That's why I need him in my life now, because there's nobody around in my life now
Yeah.
that knows when something's wrong.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to make this story a crazy story that
your
you guys
dad-
don't
right.
understand now. This is the part.
Uh-huh.
So the police come to my house. They want to know what happened. I'm one of the victims, right? So
Of course, yeah.
whatever, they have all these programs and stuff they want me to get in and all this shit. And they were like, "What happened?" So I explained the same story. I was in the bathroom. Everybody was on the floor. They told me to get on the floor. I didn't. I ran out the window.
Jesus Christ.
And he was
dude.
like, "You jumped out the window?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You know they were shooting in the window."
Hence why they're like, get on the floor.
Hence why they're telling me to get on the floor.
And you're like, well, I'm
Because I had no idea how I got shot.
Running
So
at the bullets.
The people that were, I think my mic is off. Is my mic off? Because I'm yelling. The people that
No, I could take it down and post just.
the people no the people that were running when I jumped out were fucking the shooters. They were thinking I was Batman after their ass. It all made sense to
You
me.
must have scared the shit out of them.
This is a real fucking story.
He's like, nah,
word
I'm
for
going
word.
through the window.
Exactly. So he was like, you should have seen I will never forget the way this cop looked at me like, you jumped out the window. You know they were shooting in the window. And I'm like, that's fucking how. But then I was thinking those swimming lessons were fucking amazing. The way that my legs had
did
to
good.
have been perfectly together in a dive to have been shot through.
That's a 10, dude.
That's good.
Come the fuck
Even
on.
Germany's giving you
Right.
a 10 on that.
Exactly.
That's why they stopped shooting. They held up a card that had a 10 on it.
So that is the wrong place, wrong time
Wow.
story with
Damn,
me.
Wow.
I got shot, and if I would have died, I think it would have been suicide.
It might have been, yeah.
Right or wrong? I
Yeah.
think that would have been.
Everyone on the floor would have been like, yeah, this dude just ran towards the bullets. I think he wanted it.
Or I would have been a hero. Like he dived out
Yeah.
the window to get the
Yes.
shooters.
Yeah.
That
No,
would've
you
been
thought you were a
amazing.
sitting duck on the floor, is what you thought. Like, well, fuck yeah, we're all going to be sitting ducks
Exactly.
there.
I totally
I'm
see
gonna
where you're
run
coming
towards
from, though.
the
If
bullets.
So
someone's
you're
Someone's
like,
to get
there's
shot.
the window right there, motherfucker.
if
I'm just
someone's
gonna
in the
fucking-
Do you
room
guys
with me.
understand? And I never thought about this. How crazy everybody in the party thought I was jumping out the window.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
The dudes outside shooting were like, all right, we're out. Fuck this, dude. We
Yeah,
got
and the good thing, the one thing about that I do know who the shooter was, right? And he was just a person who couldn't get in the party, and he was mad about it. Like that's what we do, hood black people. He
that's
was
a
mad
hater
'cause he couldn't
hating
get in the
for
party.
sure.
Right.
You got the last
Yo,
pair of Banana
dude.
Republic
And-
jeans.
Right, exactly. He was mad.
what the
So,
fuck?
but he ended up cleaning up his life after that. I think he was really
good.
scared about that. Nobody died. We all were a
good.
little grazed, and people were
Yeah.
shot in the head. People were shot. Nobody died, luckily.
But wrong place, right time. Let me see. Right place, wrong time. You seem like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Right place, wrong time. I think that one's a right place, wrong time.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Mine was a wrong place, wrong time. To be honest,
Is it
with
as
you.
intense as Joel's?
I can't top that one, dude.
I don't think
it
anybody
still-
can.
I can't-
It still was a wrong
He was
place,
shocked.
though.
If you even no, I can't top it.
Yeah.
I was knocked out though,
Okay.
unconscious. I mean, I think that means the same thing.
We should have let Joelle finish it. I was knocked out. Never been shot, but I got hit in the noggin one time.
Why you gotta do the white man voice when you do it, dude?
Because you always do the black man voice on accident.
He does.
Well, that's
he
just
does.
because I have a lot of soul. I can't help it.
I think you do have a lot of soul, but what is your
Don't tell him that.
what is your is it do you do the like I ain't about to like that? Is
No,
that your black
no,
What's
no,
your
no.
black voice?
No, my black was more like more old man soulful black guy. I feel like oh man, I ain't fucking
No,
with
he
that
throws
shit.
motherfuckers on a lot of
I'm like,
things, and
no,
he'll
fuck
throw
that.
like
yeah, I'll be like, oh fuck that motherfucker. I ain't
Yeah,
fucking
and
with that
he'll-
Oh,
motherfucker.
okay,
he'll-
you do that one. Okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
ain't that
okay.
fuck-
Yeah.
yeah,
I like that one. I hate the.
No, I ain't like.
I ain't going about to. I was like, what the fuck is this?
No,
Why do you
we're
sound
not
like
doing that.
Nell?
No,
Y'all
I
remember
wouldn't
Nell?
even be here.
No.
Do you guys know who Nell is?
Right, this
We're doing it.
Yes, it's Jodie Foster, and she plays like she was left by the side of the road as a child, so she was like a feral child.
Yes.
And so she
I have
acts
heard
as a
about this.
feral child, and it's the worst rendition of somebody that's acting retarded that you've ever seen in your entire life.
It's not retarded.
Feral isn't the same as retarded.
I mean, she acts pretty fucking retarded, though.
Don't say that.
Okay,
I, don't know.
okay, all right.
I didn't know. I thought white people made a
Feral.
rule that you can't say.
No, that's the
that
last
word
one that we
anymore.
can say, dude.
I
That's the last one. I'm holding on to. I'm sorry. All right. So
I thought feral was a really good description,
Well,
and
I
then you
wouldn't have-
busted in with that.
I think feral was a perfect.
All right, you know
Feral
what?
is a
See, dude,
really
I
good
always
word,
have to
yeah.
take it extra far. This is where I say, I'm sorry. I will be quiet for 2 minutes.
feral.
No, but
She
she
was-
has
Can you be quiet for 2 minutes? I don't think
Jodie
you can.
Foster plays a real feral broad.
Yeah,
And
Let's
it really
move
was
on.
because she was left, so she was having to like live in the woods, and
Yeah.
she created her own language. J Tai wanna Peter Peter Tater.
Yes,
So
that's right.
What?
That's exactly
Yes.
how she sounded. Like
Yes.
J Tai wanna Peter Peter Tater Tater Peter. So we used to always talk like that as kids. And whenever like somebody does black accent a white person, I feel like they sound like J Tai wanna Peter Peter Tater.
Every white person that kind of sounds black is doing a Jodie Foster impression. That's hilarious, dude. Also,
Oh man.
Jodie Foster took my virginity away. I know I've mentioned that before, but it's worth mentioning
Different one,
again.
But yes,
It wasn't. It was the same one. It was actually that character.
backstage at Silence of the Lambs.
It was the feral Jodie Foster that took my virginity. All right. So, anyways, so should
You
I go
got
on?
knocked out.
Dude, I got knocked the fuck out, dude.
You didn't get shot, but you got knocked out.
I got knocked out.
Yeah.
I was selling drugs, man. This is bad. This
Shocker.
Wait, can I say something really fast?
Yeah.
That okay, I've been knocked out, hit from behind before.
Yes.
And that is more traumatizing to me than being shot.
Ooh, I can tell you that.
Really?
So yes, because being shot, it just was a thing. It was like whatever, da da da. Being knocked out from behind, you're knocked out. You don't know what happened, right? You're waking up and you're like, what the hell happened?
Joel?
I don't trust
You
people
were-
behind me. So I just wanted to help you out
Thank
there.
you. No.
So that will glide into that. It is a very traumatizing experience
Yeah.
being knocked out. I don't trust people behind me. Even to this day, I don't care about getting shot. 4th of July, boom, boom, bam, they're shooting outside. But someone standing behind me,
Right.
just the thought of them hitting me and knocking me out is terrifying.
I never
Okay,
knew
that
I could
makes a
be
lot of
knocked
sense.
out this easy. First of all, I didn't know that I could be knocked out. I was like so easy.
Can we find this on World Star?
This is probably pre.
Okay.
At the time, like I must have done a hustle where I came up and I had a whole bunch of I had a bunch of crack bags, little bags of crack. That's what that is. Okay. They're yeah.
you
Yeah,
didn't have to specify.
Well,
that.
and I don't know where you guys are at in this game, the hustle street game. So I just
little
wanted to
crack
tell
bags. Little crack bags. They're little bags of crack.
Yeah.
Let me
you. You
move
might
on.
not be from the streets like me, dude. You might not understand the bags of crack or little crack bag.
Yeah,
Anyways.
all right. Sorry.
So I must have came up where I had a bunch of these bags, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go sell some, make some money, and I'll go party with some people. So I was smart, and I bought sneakers that had like a little thing at the bottom of the heel that you pull up, and you can hide all your fucking drugs in there. Like it's like a little thing.
Okay.
Stash them in there.
Like a little flap.
A little flap.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
a little flap. Nobody would ever know that
Yeah.
you had your fucking drugs in there.
Like the compartments on the Millennium Falcon.
Dude, it was a basically little mini Millennium Falcons
Yeah, fuck
sneakers,
you, Gator.
dude.
That was a good reference.
It was great.
You know it.
And my feet were Han Solo and Chewie.
You were a Corellian smuggler. I got you.
We're going too far with this.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, so nobody could know that they're there. Like nobody would know that the drugs are there. They're hidden. But when you're me, you fucking whip them off and show everybody fucking that you have drugs in every 5 minutes. Showing everybody, look at my sneakers, dude. Dude, look at I got
at
fucking
that
crack.
little bag
My
of
hidden
crack.
compartment.
Dude, look at my-
Everybody check it out.
Yes. Like, dude, I keep my money in this one, dude. I get my fucking crack. So you know how I am. So it was pointless to have hidden crack in my sneakers when I'm telling everybody I had the crack. So I went to
You
this.
can just stop calling it hidden crack at that point. Everybody knows
crack.
exactly where it is.
Your shoe
It was
crack.
sneaker crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to a party, and I was like, dude, I was throwing some rocks around, people smoking with him, and there was a big dude there, man, that was like, yo, he was like, I want to make some money. He was like, can I take some and go sell it, and I'll bring you back the money? And I was like, all right, dude. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. I'll be here for a while. You know what I mean? Like we were hanging out partying for a while. He seemed all right. I was like,
I know what you mean, but is this something you would frequently do as a
not
drug
smart.
dealer?
It's not smart to do.
Okay, I was gonna
it's not
say,
smart
just
when
from
you're
a business
smoking
point of
crack with
view.
people when they're like, "Hey, if you give me crack, I'll bring you back. I'll sell it for you." But I'm nice, dude. I'm a nice fucking man.
You're a nice
And you were
crackhead.
on crack, so
I was on crack, and so my decision. I was not thinking straight. So I gave it to him, and I was like, all right, where is this dude? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Where is this dude? And all of a sudden he came back. I was like, all right, sweet. I need this money because I wanted to go get my drug of choice, which was not crack.
What was it again?
You were above that.
Heroin.
I don't know if I told you this before. I used to do heroin. All right.
I thought people who did heroin do heroin. People who do crack do crack. Like I didn't know you like did.
There's a Venn diagram that's involved.
Okay.
Todd is in the middle where he
I was
dealt
in
it.
the middle, but I was definitely more of the heroin side, where those. But
Which one's cheaper?
heroin I would say is cheaper because you could do a bag of heroin in the last hours, where crack you do, and it's like you want more and more after a few minutes because it's impulsive.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Drug Podcast with Todd Gursslin. So I gave this dude, I was like, yeah, here you go. And he comes back. And finally, I'm like, sweet. I'm going to get some heroin. And he's like, come outside. He's like, I want to talk to you. I was like, oh, he's probably going to make another little deal. Wants me to give some more. He's going to give me the money. I'll go right out there. You guys, all my friends, everybody else, dude, you guys waiting here? I'm going to go outside with this fucking stranger.
With this other crackhead I just gave a bunch of crack to, and
that's
we'll
like
see what
2
happens.
feet taller than me. I'm going to go outside with him. So I get out there, and I was like, what's up, dude? And honestly, where does he say, what's up, dude? That's the last thing I remember, dude. Somehow he was standing behind me, and he must have put me in a sleeper hold or something. I was out. So when I came up, just like Joel was saying, dude, I was like, I didn't know, just had no clue in the world what the fuck just happened. I looked, my sneakers were just gone. My hidden compartment sneakers.
Wow.
He didn't open them and take the fucking shit. He's like,
He just took the sneaker.
and my wallet too, man.
Yeah.
And he took my wallet and he fucking ran off and fucking, so I knew where he was. He was up in the window. I just said, they wouldn't let me up where I was now.
Wow.
So now they were all with my shit upstairs and I'm outside like, dude, what the fuck? So I'm yelling upstairs, you cunt motherfucker. Like any bad name. I was just like, motherfucker. And so finally they threw my fucking chain wallet out the window. All the cards came out of it and shit. And fucking.
How many cards?
They were like, I'm talking pictures, not credit cards.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know what I mean? No, we didn't have too many of them back then. But just went all over. So I remember getting that. And then I went home with no sneakers on, riding the bus back to my fucking apartment with now no money, no drugs, and no sneakers. So wrong
Did you
place.
get clean after that?
Is that the wrong place at
For a
the
little
wrong
while?
time, or is that just a bunch of bad decisions and having a loud mouth?
That's why I called it wrong place, and because I was in the wrong place.
You know what? Being from the hood, like area, I don't know, you guys know Church Street in Portland or that area, crack central. That's a normal crack story, like crack head doer story. That's very like it was all day. You see that walking home from school. I probably walked past you yelling up in the window like,
Oh yeah,
like it was very normal.
yeah, like back in the night. I mean,
to
like,
me, that story is like very like okay, yeah, that happened.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got knocked the fuck out. I got knocked out. What
You
the
did
fuck?
crack. You did crackhead things. That makes sense. Like
Right. If you fucking walk like a crackhead and quack like a crackhead, you're right. Yeah, a quackhead. If you quack, all right.
That's how a 2-year-old. That's how a 2-year-old says crackhead. Quackhead.
your mama a quackhead.
So yeah, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time only because I was a dumbass too. I was making a lot of wrong decisions. And Joel asked me a question, and I like to answer him. He's like, is that when you got clean? Right after that? And no, not for a long time after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was many years after that until I fucking finally. The pistol whipping came later on. There was, the doing weird shit for drugs came after that. That was almost the beginning of the story right there, dude. The beginning. Yeah, it started
Made
out.
you want to do more. I guess it would though. Like fuck that.
I was like, one day I want to be the person that knocks somebody out and takes their sneakers. Like I thought I'd grow in like the fucking. Like the street, like addict fucking hierarchy by doing that. Eventually,
you
I'll
don't
be the
grow.
one.
You just die.
No, I just didn't. I just got beat up more and more is what happened, and just more shit taken
One
from
day
me.
you'll be a level 10
Dude.
crackhead. So
Yeah. So wrong place, wrong time. Gator, you ever been in the wrong place, wrong time? And don't say here because that one was already used. Thank you. I love you. Let's go.
I'm here all the time, and it is always the wrong place at the wrong time. You picked up on the vibes. No. I think I told this story once before, not on this podcast though. It was about this time that I went to this event that happens yearly in Rochester called the Punks Picnic, where they put on a bunch of bands and like there's vendors and food and stuff. And I know what last time we talked about like fights and stuff on the podcast.
Yeah, this is the one
I
you
talked
said
about when I got
fight
jumped.
there. Yeah.
So that's one thing is I got jumped as a kid for beating some people in badminton and gym when I was in like 4th grade. And so I cannot stand to watch somebody get jumped. Like I always have to do something because you never know when the last kick or punch is gonna be the wrong one. Ain't nobody trying to kill nobody, but
I think you did. You got into a fight. Did you get into a fight there? Is that what you're talking about?
I broke up a fight. If you would let me finish my story.
You know, this is The View.
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't know because I thought maybe you did say it. So all I'm saying is maybe.
You're saying.
I'm saying that maybe she should
told
tell
the
the story before.
It was on Hate This Podcast.
It was when we talked about fights or something. It's fight, and it was on this one.
Finish the story then.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. I'm just saying.
I went back and read all the podcast things to make sure I didn't say this one on.
Well, let her tell the story.
All right.
Well, no, I don't want to. I'm just gonna repeat it. Oh my God, this is it now. This is the wrong place at the wrong time. This is exactly it. Boom. There we go.
No, that's why I was trying to say in the beginning, like if it is, I think that you may have said that one. That's all I was saying.
Well, she said she did on another podcast. I want to figure out if it is the same story. The same story. Same story. Same story. Same story.
It's the case of the now and later Gator. She claims she's never told this story on Can You Laugh About It Now? She says it was on another podcast. Todd claims she has. Let's head into the courtroom now to see what the judge's final decision is.
Nobody touched the man.
I wrecked my tailbone one time at a punk's picnic, breaking up a fight over a vegan hot dog.
Oh, wait. What is a punk's picnic?
Punk's Picnic is something that happens in Rochester every year. They rent like a pavilion, and there's just like
Punk
a
rockers?
bunch of punk bands and
really?
like metal bands that kind of play, and
Nice.
like people grill out, and there's like vendors and stuff. So
I own Vans. How did I not know about this?
I can't stand you. I own Vans.
Yeah, I played Tony Hawk back when I was.
I got a Ramon shirt at JCPenney. Why wasn't I told?
I wasn't in the loop. How does that happen?
Yeah, how do I know? Who do I gotta know to go to Punk?
Pulsifer.
Pack?
You gotta get in touch with Pulsifer.
That's my new punk band, dude.
Oh man. But yeah, there was like a disagreement over vegan hot dogs, and then
What a thing to be fucking upset about.
punks.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. And so like they started arguing.
Oi,
I was sitting there minding my business, and then they kind of got in each other's faces, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, I gotta defuse this situation. So I got up, calmed this dude down because he was acting kind of crazy, because he had just smacked somebody right in the freaking face. And so I calm him down and I get him ready to go. It took me like 10 minutes while I got all these people like pushing at my back trying to get to him. And they're like, you gotta go. And I was like, I'm gonna get him out of here. I had no clue who this dude was. So I was like, where's your shit? And I went to go grab his bag. And as soon as I took a step away from him, somebody took a full Jenny can and just chucked it, nailed him in the head. And it was like somebody hit a gong because like 4 or 5 dudes just jumped on him, start
Holy
like
shit.
beating him.
Jesus.
So I just start like go into hyper mode and I just start pulling dudes off like one
by their
one.
mohawks.
Like by their shirts, by their hair, by whatever, because I don't like, as you know, I got jumped after playing badminton. I don't let that
Right.
happen on my watch.
You flash
Like,
back.
I don't like that. So I just started pulling people
You're the
off.
best.
And I got to the last dude, and he's just like on his back, just pounding on his head. And I was trying to rip him off, and I couldn't. So I was like, "Oh, you can do it, but you got to go all in." So I took him by the back of his leather jacket and put him up on my arms like that, and went boom.
Oh,
bang.
shit.
Hell yeah.
And like, but he landed partially on me, on top of my like crotch. So my tailbone was wrecked, and I did not come for a long time because I could not lay down to masturbate. It was not a good time.
Should have tried the rope.
Over a vegan hot dog.
Yep.
I think that was the last time I went to the Punk's Picnic. I was like, y'all don't even know how to act. And I
I
swear,
wouldn't
y'all
go
better be
back.
fighting over real meat. Like, I'll fight over meat. But vegan? Ugh.
Right.
The case of the now and later Gator. It seems as though Todd was correct all along. And we'd like to take this moment to say that he's a pretty goddamn sexy fella too. Another sexy fella is Joel James, who's also very funny, so go find Joel James at Joel James Comedy. Thanks again for listening to another wonderful episode of Can You Laugh About It Now?